Hey guys, this is GamerCow, PSA type video here rather than an actual new deck or anything. We're going to use the holo deck that I built last round as an example just to show, because there's a bunch of different cards down the top and bottom here. If you want to play a trading card game on Tabletop Simulator and you need to look at either the top or the bottom X cards of your deck, the cut function works a little bit awkwardly, and it turns out we've actually been resolving stuff like Misty's Wrath and Master Ball kind of wrong. Like, Matt's way of doing things has actually been more accurate in the end than I would have liked, to be honest, because it's a little bit hard to read when he does like Misty's Wrath, Master Ball, stuff like that, but turns out it's been more accurate. So, Tabletop Simulator has this excellent function called cut, right? Where you can actually just take the top, we'll say 7, because say we're resolving Master Ball or something here. You take the top 7 cards of the deck, and if we spread these out, you can see that it perfectly matches what was on top of the deck here whilst it's face up, right? Water Energy, Psychic, 5 Lightning, in that order. So that seems perfectly fine, but what happens when you flip the deck over? Now, the top 7 cards of this deck are actually 3 Bulbasaur, 2 Ivysaur, and 2 Venusaur, as we can show by manually pulling them out. 3 Bulbasaur, 2 Ivysaur, and 2 Venusaur. Right? So, you would expect, if you did the same cut action as we did before, that's what you would get. The Bulbasaur, then the Ivysaur, then the Venusaur. But what actually happens, if we go ahead and do that cut here, when we do this and flip them over, it turns out it's the energy. These energy are on the bottom of the deck when we actually have it this way round. But for some reason, Tabletop Simulator does not take the position of the deck into account. It doesn't take whether the object is flipped or not into consideration. So we've actually gone ahead and taken the bottom 7 cards of the deck, not the top. It's kind of weird when you think about it. What you actually need to do, and it's unintuitive, but you actually need to cut the other direction. You put 7 that way. This creates the 53 card deck on the top, which is really weird, but these 7 cards are actually the proper, in the proper order too. These are the proper bottom, top 7 cards of your deck. And that's just super strange, right? That's not really the way that you would think of things, and it does make things a little bit more awkward on the playmat as well. You've got to take the top bit off here, you've got to take the bottom cards, you have to spread them or whatever you're going to do, search them probably, and then do it that way. And it's just really dumb. I don't know why it's like that, but it is. So if you wish to play like a Master Ball or Misty's Wrath or like Poketch or something, and it says to look at the top 7 cards of the deck, you need to cut to the left, not the right, and then take the big chunk off the top. It's dumb, but it is what it is. Similarly, if we were to play Dusk Ball from Gen 4, which looks at the bottom 7 cards of the deck to find a Pokemon, then we would cut the way that we did before. This does matter for a couple of reasons. I have a Machamp deck built here. Like I've mentioned before, Terraforming is a really cool ability where you look at the top 4 cards of your deck, rearrange them in any way that you want. What I was finding when I was testing this deck out is that when I did the cut the way that we've always done it, I wasn't getting the same 4 cards turn to turn, which was very bizarre and kind of caused me to look into this. And yeah, this ability is not supposed to let you take the bottom 4 cards of your deck and put them on the top, right? So there was something that needed to be resolved. And there is one card next set, Underground Exploration. I don't know if anyone's going to play it because it's a little bit below the curve, but this requires you to actually look at the bottom 4 cards of your deck, and then you take 2 of those, put them into hand, return the rest to the bottom of the deck in any order. So if we were to actually play this, we play it as we have been doing the Master Ball and stuff, cut to the right. That seems really unintuitive because the smaller pile is going on top of the deck, but that is the way that Tabletop Sim is programmed. So yeah, I just wanted to really quickly show that off because it is important. You should be trying to resolve your cards properly on a quote-unquote manual simulator like this. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for stopping in. Hopefully you have learned something today. If you do decide to play this, just be mindful about it. And we'll see you for more deck/battle stuff in a little bit.